Good morning, guys. There is nothing more powerful than a made up mind. If you decide to make up your mind, make a decision, make a determination to go after your freedom, happiness, and success, you will get it. It will take time. It will be a lot of hard work. It'll be a difficult path, but you will get it. But you have to have that made up mind. If you decide to never give up on that, to work at it every day relentlessly over and over, you're going to activate that power of your mind, that full positive power. And so you have to believe it. You have to have that unwavering belief that you can do it. And you have to stick to it, and you have to have that no matter what spirit. But I can tell you, the process is going to make you happy in itself. And so I really hope you join and continue that path forever. Have a great day, everyone. Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. That power that's available to you all the time, wherever you are in life. That power to reconnect to your greatest gift right now. Your presence, your being. Your infinitely intelligent being. The same stuff we're all made of. And with that stuff that we're made of, we can control the most powerful supercomputer in the universe. Your mind. But only you can do it. Only you can control your own mind. So let's do that right now, and let's see the future. Today, our time together, let's see ourselves doing the best we can on every single exercise and stretch. For this is not only the gym that we have available to us right now, in this space wherever we are, but it is also the gym of life, where we grow our minds all the time. Good morning, determination. How's everyone doing today? Another great day, wherever we are. Today for myself, I'm indoors. Maybe you yourself are indoors as well too, wherever you are. Let's go. Let's make this the best gym period we've ever had. It may not be exactly where we want to be. We may not be in school or at work where we really want to be, but wherever we are right now, let's do this to the best of our ability. Here we go, determination, here we go. When I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot for 1 minute. Ready, and go. And as always, we're thinking about our breathing, focused on our breathing. Feeling that power of us always being able to control our breath. Even when our heart starts beating faster, whether it's through exercise, whether it's through something stressful, something maybe we might be afraid of or we don't like, we get to control our breathing. The same way, we get to control our thoughts. And our thoughts affect our feelings. So if we can control our thoughts, we can control our feelings. Almost there, everyone. Almost there. Keep going. Keep going. Determination. Keep going. And stop. All right. You can walk on the spot, or you can walk side to side as you recover your breathing. Always feeling that power of you controlling your breathing. This is the best. What we have right now, wherever you are, you've got your mind and your body in the gym of life. And you get to be your best right now on whatever stretches, exercises we're about to do together. Here we go. Here we go. Determination. That's why I love gym. Gym is the best. Grow your mind in the gym of life. Here we go. Let's do 10 shoulder rolls forward. Ready, everyone? Here we go. The best 10 shoulder rolls forward ever. Still controlling our breathing. Shoulders all the way up and around as high as we can towards our ears. And backwards. Again, feel the power of you controlling your body right now. In these simple movements, simple motions, you get to control your body. The way you control your mind, same way. Alright, and let's do arm circles forward, everyone. Arm circles forward, 10 big ones forward. Feeling the joy of our arms moving through space. Alright, and backwards. Excellent. Alright, everyone, let's put our hands on our hips, bend the knees, and side stretch. There we go. 5 on each side. Alright, and let's twist our bodies. Here we go. Feet flat on the floor. 5 on each side. Really thinking about what we're doing. Really trying to feel every part of our body as it's moving in space. Alright, good. Okay, let's do 5 push-ups together. Here we go. 5 push-ups. Best 5 push-ups. Again, if you got to keep your knees on the ground, that's okay. Just do your best, always. And 5 sit-ups. Excellent. And standing up. 5 squats. Here we go. Body straight ahead, looking straight ahead. All the way down. All the way up. Alright. Let's do 3 lunges on each side. Here we go. Arms out. Still controlling our breathing. Alright, and let's do a 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Again, feeling the joy of you pushing your body a little bit outside its comfort zone. Because you know that's where the growth is. Alright, everyone, and standing up. Reach for the ceiling on your toes. Or the sky if you're outdoors. Today I happen to be indoors. If you are outdoors, reach for that sky. If you're indoors, reaching for that ceiling. We may not touch it yet, or ever, but we're going to reach, we're going to strive. Just like we do in life, no matter what. Okay, now reach for your toes. Again, it's okay if you don't touch your toes, but keep your knees straight. Reaching for your toes. Feeling the pull on the back of your leg. Not the pain, just a little bit of a pull. All right, come on up and let's balance. Grab one leg, find that balance, bend the other knee. Well done, everyone. Keep going. Keep thinking about what you're doing right now. And switch. Again, feel the pull on the front of the thigh. Bend the other leg. Find that balance. If you lose it, just try to work hard to get it back and then hold it there. Excellent. All right, now let's hug our knee. Here we go, all the way up. And try to steady that other foot on the ground. Bend the knee if you have to and pull all the way up. Hold it for 10. Always working hard to find that balance. Where we balance our thoughts, our mind, balance our bodies, wherever we are in space. All right, and switch. Just always think of safety too. Make sure you have enough space, clearance around you, in case you do lose your balance. Hold it there. Well done. Okay, good. And let's
looking for Messi. Oh! To the next stage.
Messi, Reinhardt's all over him. Still he goes, Messi gets it through to Alves. Dani Alves fires it across and it's turned in by Lionel Messi.
On the outside of Miguel. Lionel Messi! Brilliant!
There's somebody right now in your life or that you will run into in the next 24 hours who just a little bit of encouragement from you could completely change the trajectory of their day and potentially their life. When you encourage, you literally are infusing courage into somebody, and believe it or not, yourself. What you really requires is courage. You have to have the courage to encourage. When you encourage somebody about something specific about them that they intuitively know to be true, you have made a connection with them that maybe less than 5 people in their life has. Encouraged people become encouragers themselves. It's almost like lighting candles from one flame. You're actually creating a ripple effect in the world. You're actually changing the world. One person at a time. Be an encourager. The world has plenty of critics already. Encouragers are listeners first. Notice what's going on in other people's lives and then speak into it. Empathy is the seedbed of meaningful encouragement. A word of encouragement during a failure is worth more than an hour of praise after success. Measure yourself right now as a friend, as a husband, as a wife, as a father, as a mother, as a leader in business. How good are you at transferring belief? Regularly, consistently, specifically, authentically. Self-efficacy is like holding a flashlight at the bottom of a tall ladder for someone else. You can't see the top, and fear or doubt sets in. Now imagine someone standing beside you saying, I've seen you climb before. You're stronger than you think. I've got the light held here. Just take the first step. Suddenly the climb isn't so impossible, and it feels worth trying. Encouragement doesn't build the ladder for you, but it helps you aim your flashlight higher. And that changes everything. Advantage Gold is giving away a free copy of Rogoff's book to anyone who schedules a one-on-one precious metals appointment. You'll discover why gold is becoming the #1 hedge against a global currency shift and how to move your IRA or 401k into physical gold. Tax and penalty free. Get your free copy today while supplies last. Text WIN to 85545. That's WIN 85545, or go to advantagegold.com. Data and message rates apply. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional. All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Very excited about this week's topic. I think you're going to love it. I think you're going to want to share today's episode. I want to talk to you today about becoming an encourager. And, this is not something really ever discussed in leadership or personal development and self-help. And quite frankly, I don't have a lot of talents or skills, but many, many years ago, I made an intentional decision to become an encourager of people. You do that, you're 1 in a million in the world, because most people aren't encouraging, or if they are, they're not conscious about it in any way, shape, or form. So I want you to really lean in this week, because I'm going to throw so much at you. You know how we do the podcast here. This is like a course every single week. And so I want you to think about this. Do you want to be unique, and do you want to stand out in the world and really make a difference in your private or business life? If you do, if you could start to just become intentional about being an encouraging person. And by the way, to me, what encouraging means is to infuse courage into another person. When we discourage, we remove courage from somebody. Most people live in the middle. They're neither. They're not overly discouraging, but they're not over the top in their encouragement of people. And the main reason most people aren't encouraging of others is they don't believe they have enough value to encourage somebody. They think, well, why would anybody care what I think? And you would be blown away how much there are human beings right now. There's somebody right now in your life, or that you will run into in the next 24 hours, who just a little bit of encouragement from you could completely change the trajectory of their day and potentially their life. And you may be the only person that comes into their life for years who even breathes one word of encouragement into them. And I'm going to talk about all the things that change in you when you become somebody who looks to encourage. So the first thing is you've got to become intentional. I'm going to begin to encourage people. I'm going to give you the distinctions between flattery and encouragement, and compliments and encouragement. Those are different things. But if you wanted to know if I have a private superpower in my life, it's my ability to connect with people. If you've watched my interviews, you'll notice I encourage them as we're progressing through the podcast. It's not even a strategy anymore. It's just a part of who I am. It's who I want to be, that when I get to heaven someday, I want there to be thousands, if not millions of people that I've encouraged. I hope this podcast does. If you count the podcast, then we've got, maybe 100 million people who I've had the blessing of encouraging. So let's just think about this. Number one, there is enough discouraging people in the world, and enough discouragement, which, by the way, is to remove courage from somebody, that we don't need any more of those. When you encourage, you literally are infusing courage into somebody, and believe it or not, yourself. Let me say that to you again. When you encourage others, you have elevated yourself. You've elevated your own vibrational frequency. You are acting more Christ-like when you encourage, and you are elevating your own self-esteem. You want to have a hack to increasing your own self-esteem, your own self-confidence? Simply encourage other people. See how you feel. Not just the first time or the third time, but the 33rd time. When you begin to be a human who operates in the world as someone who looks for places and situations to encourage others, watch what happens to the way the world begins to respond to you and how you feel about yourself. George Adams said, encouragement is oxygen to the soul. Your soul, as the encourager, gets that oxygen, as does the recipient. So, number two, what's the difference between encouragement versus flattery? True encouragement, listen, is specific, it's honest, and it's focused typically on effort or character, not just results or appearance. See, most people, they think, well, I'm encouraging. Hey, you're awesome. You're amazing. That's not specific. That's a compliment. That's flattery. That doesn't hit with most people, okay? If you only exercise a positive message to somebody when they perform, that's flattery. That is not encouragement. Encouragement is not focused on the consequence or the result ever. It's focused on the effort or the character of the person. And let me say something to you. When you encourage somebody about something specific about them that they intuitively know to be true, you have made a connection with them that maybe less than 5 people in their life has. What I mean by specific is things like, hey, brother, I just want to tell you, I admire you so much for how deeply you love your family and how willing you are to sacrifice for them. Specifically, this situation I saw you in. Now, that person, if they say intuitively, I do love my family, I will sacrifice for them, it multiplies it by a factor over 100 in my mind. When you tell somebody something they hope to be true, have a hallucination that's true about themselves, maybe a glimpse into, and then you say, yep, it's true. You've connected with them. As a leader, you have connected with them in a way that no leader probably ever has. As a parent, as a friend, as a stranger, when you say, I see this in you, And they go, I kind of have always seen this in myself as well, but no one's pointed it out. Now you're connecting with them in a very unique and authentic way that almost nobody ever has in their life. I really want to challenge you to be specific with your encouragement, which means you need to take the time to truly be present with someone and read them and perceive them. Number 3 is you have to have the courage to encourage. Actually, my opinion about it is that if you're a believer, that you're actually seeing Christ in them. That most people intuitively kind of have a hunch that they've got 2 or 3 things about them that are special, but the world never notices it. Nobody ever acknowledges it. I mean, if you're a singer, if you're Beyonce, clearly your gift is very noticeable. Or if you can dunk like LeBron James, right? Or hit a baseball like Aaron Judge, those skills are very easy to see. Or someone's got incredible intellect and they get straight A's all the time. But for the vast majority of us, our talents, our giftedness, our Christ in us isn't noticed by most people. And it's never pointed out to us. And we never feel great about ourselves. And the other thing that happens is because we operate in the world this way and we don't encourage other people, we don't feel great about ourselves. And so what really, number 3 is this. What you really requires is courage. You have to have the courage to encourage. You have to have the courage to do it because it's a little bit awkward at first. It's a little bit, and it's not appearance, right? It's not that, oh, you look beautiful today. That's not encouragement. That's flattery. So the most meaningful, courageous act you'll ever engage in is to encourage others. Words of affirmation and confirmation given to people has the potential to change the world. One encouragement at a time. When encouraging, be deliberate and be intentional. Be descriptive and be specific. Declarative. This is almost like speaking prophecy to somebody. Display. When possible, say it in front of their partner, their peers, parents, or children. My friend Phil Muncie was messaging me about this, and he's 100% right. And then if you can take your encouragement to a completely different place, watch this. Talk great about people behind their back. Let it get back to them. You want to multiply encouragement? The best thing you've ever heard, isn't it? You should have heard so-and-so talking about you. Man, Joe loves you. Here's what he told me about you. So not only being encouraging to someone's face, you want to multiply it? Be encouraging about people behind their back. There's enough of this gossip, right, in the world. This is like reverse gossip. The impact is amazingly powerful, and they will find out eventually. What if you just became that person? You're encouraging about people when you're in their presence, right? You look, you're specific, you're declarative, you're descriptive. And at the same time, when they're not around, when you're with other people, you're the one person who's constantly encouraging people who aren't even present. You just become a very unique and special human being like this. If there's any part of you right now thinks, there's nothing special about me, I just gave you the thing that now immediately makes you special. 1 in several million humans is encouraging to people, and especially encouraging behind their back when no one's around, when they're not around. And it does get back to them, and it does multiply it. You want the double whammy? Tell me to my face something encouraging. Tell a bunch of other people the same thing about me when I'm not there, and let it get back to me. The bottom line, the giving of encouragement has a reward. Remember this, flattery expects, encouragement respects. Proverbs 18:21 talks about the power of words. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Words can heal or harm. Choose to speak life into others. Why do I know this? In all honesty, when I was a younger person, I used my gift to communicate, I think, to do more harm than good. I was harsh. I was critical of people. I refrained from giving praise very often. You had to really earn it with me. And there's some power to that, but I think my words harmed more than healed. And when I made that shift to becoming an encourager of people, the biggest change was the way the rest of the world responded to me. I'm pretty sure I could attribute maybe 95% of the wealth I have to a date after I became an encourager of people. Isn't that interesting? So I want my words to heal people. And you go, well, Ed, that's great, But most of us are just neutral. So be better than neutral, or you're going to have a neutral life. Be better than average, or you're going to have an average life. There's very few things that you can control. There's your attitude and your activity, and then there's this. Your overall outlook and the way that you interact with humans. And again, I know a lot of you are like, Ed, no one cares what I think. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It matters what you think. Okay. Number 5, be present and pay attention. Encouragers are listeners first. Notice what's going on in other people's lives and then speak into it. Empathy is the seedbed of meaningful encouragement. Number 6, encourage effort, not just outcome. Celebrate the process. Give them courage to start, perseverance, and growth, not just the win. So I love to encourage people who are just in process. I love to encourage people who are just starting. I love to encourage people who are just persevering and their growth. You know, a lot of times, you started a business, you're not making any money. Or you're, right now I've lost, I think it's 28 pounds.
Hey guys, today Gary Vaynerchuk reminds us to care about our customers. And he gives an example in his business a long time ago where he had to trudge through the snow. It was a stormy, wintry day, and he made sure that he went and fulfilled the needs and satisfied this customer's request no matter what. Even though he didn't feel like doing it, even though it was dangerous, he did it. And that became the spirit of his company. He makes sure that he takes care of his customers no matter what. Well, the way I would think we should look at things is that your customers, even if you don't have a business, are the people around you. And so by you working on you, being the best you, providing the best you for people around you, you're helping every single customer. And the same goes with them, and that builds and spreads with each other. So let's remember from Gary Vaynerchuk, and let's remember that we are already like a business of being our true great self for ourselves and others around us. Have a great day, everyone.
Let's sit down, everybody. And reaching for our toes, straight knees again. Reaching is what matters. If you don't get to your toes, that's okay as long as you're reaching. Feeling the pull on the back of your legs. Not the pain, just a little bit of a pull. Okay, V shape with your legs. Now reach for the floor as far away from your body as you can. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Okay, now reach for one side and hold it there again. Always thinking about the moment, thinking about what we're doing right now. Experiencing the joy of being able to reach for something to help our bodies get better. And switch to the other side. See, you can do this almost anytime, any place. You can work on your mind and your body wherever you go in life, in everything you do, not just in exercise and stretches. All right, here we go. And let's do feet together. Gently push your knees down with your elbows and hold it there for 10 seconds. If you feel your breathing going on autopilot or becoming automatic again, take control of that. Deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. One leg forward, one leg back. Keep the knee on the ground. Go as far back as you can. Hold it there. 10 seconds. And switch to the other side. Knee on the ground. Go as far back as you can. Always remembering that you are the boss of your mind, and your mind is the boss of your body. That makes you the big boss. You get to control yourself. You get to use your determination no matter what. All right. And let's roll onto our bellies and push the floor. Looking up at the ceiling. Cobra stretch. Here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Feeling that nice stretch in our lower back, neck, back of our arms. All right, and legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Taking deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now, activating that third eye, that mind's eye that we all have. We can't see it, but we know it's there. So use your mind's eye right now to see yourself doing the best you can today when that music goes on whatever 2 exercises, stretches you've chosen to do. For me, today I'm going to be holding the push-up position for one song, the first song, and then I'm going to be holding the squat position for the second song, as long as I can. And if I happen to let go or not be able to hold it, I'm going to continue on until that song's over. What about you? You can put on your own 2 songs today, and you can do your own exercises. But think about which exercises you're going to do right now, safely within the space you have. You can do what I'm doing, you can listen to what I'm listening to, or you can choose your own. But whatever you do, determine right now, see in your mind what you will do when that music goes on. All right, determination, here I go, holding the push-up position, and let's go, whatever you're doing, whatever you've decided, let's see it, let's see your best, here we go together, let's go, determination, let's go. Looking forward to being better than we were last time, a little bit more than last time. See if I can hold it for the whole song, let's see. Wasn't able to do it last time we did this together. Or the last time I did it on my own, but I'm going to work at it right now. Because I love the process of trying to get better at something. Whether it's building strength in my body, building strength in my mind, working on creating nothing but positive images, thoughts, visions in my mind, working on being the best human being I can be. What about you? What is it for you? Whatever it is, just enjoy the process of learning, growing together, whatever we're doing. And sometimes we're going to feel that discomfort. Like right now, I can already feel my muscles already uncomfortable. But then I can feel my determination saying, I get to determine whether I'm going to stop or keep going, no matter what. You too, let's go, determination, let's go. Alright. Didn't get through the whole song, but I'm going to get right back at it again. Song's not over, gotta keep going. There we go, shaking it up. Not being mad that we didn't get to where we want to be yet, but feeling happy that we get to go at it again. Here we go. Always thinking about our breathing. Always thinking about finishing strong, no matter what. Always going right to the end, finishing what we set out to do, no matter what. More in me. I know I got a little bit more. We gotta keep going. You too, whatever you're doing, keep going. Determination, keep going. Let's go. It's not over yet. The song's still playing. Focus on that breathing. Good air in. Bad air out. Here we go, another round. Oh, I love it. I love the process of building our true great self through exercising our bodies and our minds together. Oh, that's the next song. All right. Time for some squats.
Iniesta, brilliant ball. Abidal, straight across. Messi! What a save, but he doesn't keep it out! To Teo. Teo, step over, loses the man, can't lose the goalkeeper. Balls to Messi! Hat-trick! Busquets, brilliant ball. Lionel Messi on the brink of a fourth goal! Oh, and he does it with style. 10 minutes.
Pounds in a very short window of time. But I don't know that I really look that much different. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit leaner, but the fact of the matter is there's a part of me that's growing. And it's not the physical part. It's the mental and emotional part that says, man, I am only putting into my body the food that I said I would. I am training when I don't feel like it. I am doing all the things I said I was going to do. And so although maybe all the external results aren't there yet, the growth is happening. And it's been really cool to have friends of mine encourage me. Hey, man, this is great. And it's not you look great. That's a compliment. That's flattery. It's, hey, I'm proud of you, brother. I know how bad that back's hurting of yours. And you're overcoming that pain and you're getting in there and knocking it out anyway. That's what impresses me about what you're doing. That's a description of encouragement versus flattery. Flattery is, oh, you look great. Okay, go deeper. So if you run an e-commerce business, you know this. Packages don't just arrive like magic. Although if you use ShipStation, you'd swear it probably did. Last year alone, over 7 million people, including me, switched to ShipStation and had their orders fulfilled with them. With ShipStation, you can sync orders from everywhere you sell into one dashboard. That's why I switched, by the way. And you can replace all these manual tasks with custom automations to reduce shipping errors and big time a fraction of the cost. For us, it saved us, we think, about 70% on our shipping and fulfillment of all of our orders. It's the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers with discounts with major global retailers. By the way, 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce business with ShipStation. You should as well. During the time of this spot, another 1,400 packages were shipped with the help of ShipStation. 1,400. Upgrade to a smoother shipping experience. Go to shipstation.com/Milet to sign up for your free trial. No credit card or contact information required. You can cancel anytime. ShipStation.com/Milet. Number 7, model encouragement consistently. Be the kind of person that others can count on for really honest support, not just occasional praise. I have a friend this week, John Gordon, who's got a big event happening in town, and I may or may not be able to get there. It's in a few days. Yes, I just picked the phone up and messaged him. Hey, brother, I love you. I'm praying for you. So proud of you for putting this event on. I know how hard it is. I'm sure today's a stressful day. And I just want you to know it's going to go incredible. And only you could pull this event off, I told him. But I said, more than that, brother. I'm just proud of the man you are. But because you're such a great man, all these people want to be at this event, the speakers, to support you. And I can tell you that I regularly do that with my friends. It's not just occasional praise. Hey, I heard you had a great meeting. Whatever. Happy Father's Day. Happy birthday. That's occasional praise on the 80 other messages they got that day. Stand out. Model it consistently. Think about this. What if you just tactically, strategically, intentionally just said, okay, I heard my Let's podcast today. I like it. I'm going to start just intentionally being better at this. Okay? By the way, at the end, I'm going to encourage you. Just pick one person when this is over and encourage them. Text, phone call, email, you name it. Walk over to them if they're near you. Number 8, encourage multiplies. Encourage people become encouragers themselves. It's almost like lighting candles from one flame. One flame lights the next, the next. You're actually creating a ripple effect in the world. You're actually changing the world, one person at a time. The ripple effect in our life is something most of us never calculate on anything that we do. We don't think about the ripple effect of any of the good things we do. We just think about the one person we've helped. There's a ripple effect. When you encourage people, they become more encouraging of other people. Here's a couple quotes about encouragement. This one's unknown, but I love it. A word of encouragement during a failure is worth more than an hour of praise after success. So many people right now are in a stage of their life where they need you. They're struggling. They're hurting. It's not going the way they want. And most people are waiting around until they succeed to praise them. But very few people intervene and go, I want to encourage you right now. You're making a great effort. It matters. I'm proud of you. You're overcoming. You're building resiliency. You're learning. You're growing. It may not be showing up, but I see it. I just want you to know I see your growth. I have a driver that drives me at a particular event that I speak at very regularly, and he was driving me a couple weekends ago, and he's a fan of mine in the beginning, but we become friends. And he said, Ed, I just got to tell you, I'm so proud of you. And I said, why? He goes, I just seen you grow in your faith so much. I've seen it, you probably don't see it because it's in your life. I've seen you're just a little gentler, a little slower, a little kinder, you always were, Ed, but it's a different level now. And I just want you to know, brother, I see it in you and I'm very proud of you. Now you would think, well, he's my driver. He was my fan. And why would that matter? It mattered deeply because he had no incentive in doing it. There's no above and below in life. There's just people. And when you begin to think of yourself as below or above, you're delusional. This was a man who I have admiration for reasons far beyond that he drives well. He's actually somebody who's prayed for me. He's encouraged me to read more scripture. We're actually both reading the Bible cover to cover this year together. We decided it. He's a friend. And I think one of the reasons we bonded as friends is I started early in our relationship encouraging him. And you know what that made him? It changed him into an encourager. All the way back full circle to where now he encourages me, and I'm mentioning it of all the encouragement I've received in the last month on my show to several million people. It meant that much to me. It meant that much to me. So yeah, there's no below or above in life. We're just humans. And a word of encouragement goes a long way. Number 10, what encouragement is and what it isn't. It's not flattery, as I said, or empty praise. It's truthful, specific, and life-giving. Life-giving. You're breathing life into somebody. Encourage effort, as I've said, growth, and all of that. This quote by Dave Willis just keeps standing out to me. Be an encourager. The world has plenty of critics already. Man, I got to tell you something. More than any time in human history, I believe there are critics. I believe it's our culture to criticize, to tear down. There's a whole industry out there of making fun of people online. These people build nothing. All they do is tear others down. The best news that spreads around the world is bad news. More than ever, you could stand out if you were an encourager. There are critics everywhere. They're a dime a dozen. They're losers. They're losers. You remember the cool guy in high school that was always kind of the funny dude who made fun of everybody? You know that guy? He still works at a liquor store in your hometown, doesn't he? Because people who pull people down, it's really funny in the moment, and they go nowhere in their life. People who are neutral typically stay neutral in their lives. People who elevate who they are as a being and encourage other people, they go to the top. They go to the top. I want you to go to the top. So here's an example of how to do it. Instead of saying, you're amazing, say, I admire how you keep showing up even when things got hard. Okay? When you encourage someone, you equip them to encourage others. This creates a culture where people thrive, not just survive. If you're building a company, if you're a leader, become an encourager of people and not performance, effort, and character. Now you created a culture in your company where encouragement takes place. You've elevated the vibrational frequency, the performance of your company like that. And if you do it consistently over time, as I said earlier, here we go. You're now building a great company. I love spiritual and biblical truths that tie in. Theologians 5:11, listen to this. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up. It's right there. So be specific. By the way, take all the scripture stuff aside and let's say, what does science tell us? Well, let's figure this out. Let's take a look. Verbal encouragement enhances physical performance, it turns out. A study published in the Journal of Sports Science has examined the effects of verbal encouragement frequency during maximal exercise. So it measured the frequency of encouragement during maximum effort exercise. They tested it. Participants who received verbal communication every 20 to 60 seconds showed significant performance in VO2 max exercise time, and perceived exertion compared to those who receive no encouragement or encouragement every 180 seconds. This suggests that frequent verbal encouragement can lead to greater maximum effort during physical tasks. If that's true physically, we definitely know it's true mentally. You imagine that? This is tangible, scientific, VO2 max, performance. The outlook on the performance as well. Weights lifted, times recorded, cardio extension, etc. All measured, all goes up when there's verbal encouragement every 30 to 60 seconds compared to none or infrequently every 180 seconds. So if you're not a scripture person and you're a science person, you need to be an encourager. Leo Biscaglia said, too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, all of which has the potential to turn a life around. To turn a life around. Number 2, you want some more science stuff? Here we go. Peer encouragement boosts self-efficacy and performance in children. Research involving children performing endurance tasks found that those who received peer encouragement reported higher relation-inferred self-efficacy and demonstrated improved physical performance compared to those who did not receive encouragement. This highlights the role of social interactions in enhancing self-belief and task performance. We'll talk about self-efficacy a little bit, but this is basically your ability to lead yourself. Number 3, check this out. Study again. Newcastle University. Visual cues of being watched encourage positive behavior. A study conducted by researchers at Newcastle University discovered that displaying images of staring eyes in a cafeteria led to a significant increase in patrons cleaning up after themselves. This phenomenon, rooted in nudge psychology, suggests that subtle cues implying observation can promote pro-social behavior.
Morning, guys. I want to share a story with you from Eric Thomas, who gave an example one time of a gentleman who was trying to make changes, trying to, have the things that Eric Thomas had in his life, which were related to his relationship with his wife. He would say, he would tell Eric Thomas, how do you do it? How is it that you have such a happy, fulfilled, deep relationship with your wife? And Eric Thomas would tell him that, well, I'm willing to do the things that are going to help in that relationship. I'm willing to do what's required in a relationship, including perhaps helping around the house, cooking, cleaning, that sort of thing. And this particular gentleman said that he didn't like doing that, or he said he really wanted to be successful in his relationship, but he didn't want to do those kinds of things. And he said to Eric Thomas, I feel like a punk when I do that. And then Eric Thomas's response is, make me a punk. I want to feel like a punk. If that's what it takes for me to have a great relationship, that's what I got to do. And that's the spirit we have to have. Have a great day, everyone.
Holding the squat position. What about you? What are you going to do next? Let's go, determination. Here we go. Ready? All right. If you're doing what I'm doing, just try to keep your feet flat on the floor, looking straight ahead, going as far down as you can, your bottom towards the ground, and holding it there. As long as you can, until that music's done. Because our music, you know the truth, our music's never done. Our energy, our determination is built to last, to get through anything. Let's go, determination, let's go. If you're sweating, that's good. Feel your body releasing some of that fluid, some of that old fluid. Water. Make sure you drink lots of water when we're done. Make sure you always fill your body with good food. All right.
to go. Barcelona in desperate need of a goal. They go for the...
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable!
Up for Sosa. Of course, Otmar Hitzfeld familiar with him as well. Ball in for Aguero. The back heel, Messi shot! Near post goal! Out of Wolfsburg, breaking free Messi, and he's got some help. Senderos can't stop him! Wolfley! 12.
Why does that matter? When you encourage, it tells someone you're watching. And when people believe they're being watched, everything about them changes. Morally, ethically, exertion, effort, and performance. Even to the point where they just see eyes on a wall in a cafeteria, they're twice as likely to clean up after themselves because now they believe they're being watched. Why? Almost everybody you meet feels invisible. They walk into a room, no one notices them. No one greets them. If they do, they get light, welcome, good to see you, how's your day? If best human beings get flattered, you look great today. I love your smile. That's weak. Encouragement is what we've talked about earlier. It's deeper. Lisa Brevier said this, you've been given the rare opportunity to breathe belief into someone else. Just think about that. Right now, you hold in the power of your hands to any other human being to breathe belief into them, into their soul. My driver did that. Thanks, Frank. Very much, brother. I love you. Number 4, this is science, praised focus on effort encourages a growth mindset. Carol Dweck has great stuff. I love her work. Her research says that praising effort rather than an innate ability fosters a growth mindset. Children who are commended for their hard work are more likely to embrace challenges and persist through difficulties, as opposed to kids who are praised for their talents. You're so smart. You're so pretty. That's hollow. You work so hard. You overcome difficult things so often. I'm so proud of you. You see the distinction? It's right in the psychology. Number 5, encouragement enhances enjoyment and reduces perceived exertion. A study showing sports science students revealed that teacher-provided verbal communication during strength and endurance exercises not only improved performance, but also increased enjoyment and reduced perceived exertion. This underscores the psychological benefits of encouragement and physical activity. All right, last thing on this. Social support improves performance and lowers perceived difficulty. When someone's encouraged, the difficulty of the task in front of them is reduced in their mind. An experimental study found that participants who viewed images of supported individuals while performing a hand grip task exhibited better performance and perceived the task as less difficult compared to those who viewed images of just complete strangers. This demonstrates the effect of perceived social support on performance and effort. So all of this adds up. I said early that encouragement enhances self-efficacy. Here's the concept of self-efficacy. Individuals who are positively persuaded of their abilities are more likely to exert effort and persist in tasks, even when faced with challenges. Encouragement serves as a source of this positive persuasion, thereby enhancing an individual's belief in their capacity to succeed. It's a foundational aspect of being a leader. So why? This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, and I'm really glad that it is. I'm going to tell you why. People ask me all the time, what do all the guests on your show have in common? And it's not all of them, but most of them, they've been to therapy or they're in therapy. And I've had athletes on, business people, thought leaders, musicians, actors, you name it, across the board. Most of the people I know that are happy and successful have been to therapy. Whether you've got something really traumatic you need to work through, maybe you're just not clear and focused right now and you want to talk through some stuff. Maybe something's bugging you. What I love about BetterHelp, it's affordable. And if you don't click with your therapist, you can switch to another one right away. They got 30,000 licensed therapists. With an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 from over 1.7 million reviews, it's clear it's helping a lot of people. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/edshow. That's betterhelp.com/edshow. What are the psychological mechanisms? Here we go. Self-esteem and emotion regulation. A study published in Frontier Psychology said that positive parenting behaviors, including encouragement, were linked to higher self-esteem, better emotional regulation in adolescence. Here's what that basically means. Your kids are less likely to act out when you encourage them regularly. Period. Behavioral activation. Research indicates that courage is associated with the behavioral activation system, which is a sensitive area that rewards and motivates individuals to approach positive outcomes. Encouragement can stimulate this system in your brain, therefore promoting courageous behavior by enhancing the motivation to pursue goals despite potential risks. Absolutely. Self-efficacy is a psychological concept that was introduced by Albert Bandura, and here's essentially what it means. Your belief in your ability to succeed in a specific task. Listen close. As a parent, or as a friend, or as a spouse, or significant other, love is entry level. Belief is the big leagues. See, I believe almost all parents show their children love. Most do. Almost all people give one another love in an intimate relationship or in a friendship. Almost nobody transfers belief. When my kids left my house when they were growing up, I said, by the time they're 18, I will have transferred my full belief into them. Not just their abilities or they're pretty or smart, but how they work, their character, how they treat people, how they listen, what type of a friend they are. When Bella would run out of the house, I say, be a leader. Be a leader, not a follower. Max, you're a gladiator. You're a champion. You're the greatest of all time. Constantly encouraging them. Measure yourself right now as a friend, as a husband, as a wife, as a father, as a mother, as a leader in business. Forget the love part. How good are you at transferring belief? Regularly, consistently, specifically, authentically, as a human being. You want to shift your life? Shift this. Think of it this way. Two people may have the same talent, same training, same opportunity, but one with high self-efficacy is more likely to try in the first place, persevere through setbacks, bounce back after failure, and stay motivated. There's a direct correlation between someone being encouraged and their self-efficacy. This is where, things like encouragement is one of the ways that you help people build self-efficacy. But when you say, I believe in you, you've got what it takes. You're not just making someone feel good. You're giving them the psychological fuel to believe they can succeed, which is the seed of courage. Think of it this way. The ladder and the light. It's a great metaphor. Self-efficacy is like holding a flashlight at the bottom of a tall ladder for someone else. Each rung represents a step towards your goal. If your flashlight, which is self-efficacy, shines only on the first few rungs, you might hesitate. You can't see the top, and fear or doubt sets in. But if that flashlight shines all the way up, you believe, I can climb this. It's possible. It'll be hard, but I've got it. I can see the steps. Now imagine someone standing beside you saying, I've seen you climb before. You're stronger than you think. I've got the light held here. Just take the first step. That's encouragement. Encouragement doesn't build the ladder for you, but it helps you aim your flashlight higher. And that changes everything. So self-efficacy at the end of the day is the inner belief that says, I can do this. And when someone is encouraging you, it's like they're helping you point your flashlight all the way up the ladder. Suddenly the climb isn't so impossible, and it feels worth trying. I want you to be a flashlight in people's lives. And I went out of my way today to tell you that if you wonder maybe why I've had the moderate success that I've had in my life, many of the rich friendships I've had, and why most of the time I've got pretty good self-esteem and self-confidence as someone who grew up with none and struggled with it a lot in his adult life, I can relate it all the way back to something I've talked about with you guys before, which is the power of my intentions. But if you peel that layer back one more and you look a little bit deeper, intentions to do what? My intentions are to be an encourager of people, to believe in people, to love people, but all of the above, not one of the three. I don't want to be a neutral human being. I want to be somebody who changes people's lives in big ways and small ways, whether it's on stage in front of 25,000 people or a podcast that goes to several million, or if I'm in the back seat and it's my driver and I talking with one another. It's the same formula. Be an encourager. All right, everybody, I hope today helped you. Please share this, okay? If you're not getting the podcast early, get on my email list, edmylett.com. You get the podcast before everybody else sees it. God bless you. Max out.
back to where it all begins. Where it all begins and never ends. That source, that oneness, that consciousness, that awareness. That we know is in all of us. That power to determine, to control our minds. You see, nobody else, nothing else in this universe can do what you do every day. In the gym of life. Only you, human being, only you, infinitely intelligent being, can do the ultimate. Only you can control your mind, your thoughts, and therefore your feelings. But it takes a lot of hard work. It takes, first of all, believing that you can do it. If you don't believe in yourself, your mind health, your chance at mind wealth is not possible. But that's not the way it was meant to be. You were born to win.